Hey everybody, it's Ryan. I'm standing here today in this spot that's a few miles away from my house, and it's on a road that I drive on a fairly good bit because I've got a friend that lives this is the way I have to go to their house. And anyway, I wanted to show you guys the stuff that I see when I'm driving by here, and today I decided to get out and look around, and there's a lot of stuff. And I'll just show you guys what I'm seeing here. This this stuff is crazy. There's just tree bends everywhere. And hearing the frogs now. Just looking around for a second. When something moves, and it could have been me that triggered the frogs, but usually when they start up, that means something has changed around them. There's a lake right across the street from here, and that's why I think this area is one that they stay in. Now, I've noticed there's some timber harvesting going on right beside this, and I don't know if that's what kind of effect that's had on them, but I don't know if these trees fell and bent them that way, or if they might have done that. I don't know, but they're like that. And there's just tons of bent trees over here, and tons of trees like this one. Okay, that's in an X formation right there, and it's holding down a bent tree. You can see right there. And there's also one with a bunch of trees bent right here. And you can see there's a little stream right over here too. A decent little stream. So, you know, it would not surprise me if they like this place right here. There's a lake right over there, stream right there. So they've got a water source. Tons and tons of deer and things like that run through here. So, I mean, there'd be no problem with them finding food or something like that over here. So let me go back this way a little bit and see what I can find here. So this spot, I can see it's marked off. You got the blazes right there. So I bet they're going to try to clear this area too, if they haven't already. I see something back behind there. I don't know, but anyway, let's check this out before they do it. Now, this is interesting right here. I was looking at this when I was looking at it from the car. Okay, this spot right here, we've got tons and tons of trees leaned over, and tree bends too. That's the interesting thing. Okay, we have a bent tree right here, following it right there. Okay, now when you go over here, you can see that makes an X, a very large X, and it's also got a tree bent. I don't know if you can see it too good because of the way. There you go. Bent right there. And I think these bends are actually aiding this X in holding it up. You know, it's things like this where you find tons and tons of stuff like this. This is what makes me think they do it, because there's different types of wood, different types of sticks too, like this one right here. Okay, that, I haven't seen a tree like that around here. It's skinned for one thing, but I can see a little bit of the bark on it, and I don't see another one like it around here. And Got a bent one right here, and it's being held down by this little stick. Got these bent ones over here. Big bend right there. Stuff piled up all over the ground. There's just so much going on over here. Tree bends everywhere. And I know that these trees don't fall and bend all these trees like this. You know, I have seen trees where you could tell the tree fell and bent the tree. But when you see so many of them like this, and they're in so many different places on one tree fall, you know, it just makes you think, you know, something else did it. Right here, got this tree bend, okay, bent right there, and it's being anchored right here underneath that little twig, okay, and it's going through these two trees. Now, if this pine tree right here had fallen on this tree, okay, this bent tree, if it had fallen on that and bent it, all right, I don't see why it would be wedged like that. I mean, it could happen theoretically, but you see over here there's a smaller stick laid down right on the top of the bend, right at the very top point of it, right there. It's laid there. And you got this one laid over it right there too, right in between these two trees, laid right on that bend. All right, got another stick, tree propped up on it, and move back here. We've got an X, okay, right there, and we have another one right here at the bottom. Okay, that's odd too. Two X's right there. I don't know particularly how many Sasquatch would be in this area, but I can tell you that I'm pretty sure there are some. Here's another X formation right here, and we got a bent tree right there. And this tree is being bent and anchored. Alright, it's this stick that's making this part of this X. It's leaned right up on that tree bend, and this bend is being anchored underneath there. Okay. There's another X formation right there. And another tree bent holding it. So that's pretty interesting. We go back through here. I can see more tree bends right there. And over here there's a lot more stuff. There's another bend right there. Okay. Shoot. Okay, let's clear place to walk. We got something right here where something's been laying. Got a little type of shelter right here. I can see where it's been laying right there, whatever that is that's using this. There's a lot of cover there. And tree bends too. I mean, this looks like something built it. Let's see what's over here. The bark is peeled on this pine right here. It's peeled up a good ways too. Got this pine tree right here is leaning right in the fork of that one. And let's see. It looks like it was pushed over right there. And you know me, guys, I'm not going to say this is all done by Sasquatch and all that stuff, but, you know, why is there a little stick leaning up underneath this? Right through there. Why is that? I mean, that's not... I find that a lot when they do this kind of stuff over at my place. So, and I know they're out there. I know that. I know they're the ones doing it out there. So, that's why it gives me something to base my opinions on. Look at this. Look at all these tree bends right here in one place. Look at that. Something's been here too. Let's see where it's been laying. Damn briars. There's a big tree bend right here. Going up all the way up through there. It's anchored on that tree right there. No, it's not. It's anchored underneath that one on the ground. I didn't see all that coming down. Huh. And then you got this one leaned up on it right there. But look at these tree bends right here. That's a bunch of them. And there's even more right there. And something has been here. You can see the ground is just totally compacted right underneath these trees, the bends. So something uses this area. Something uses it. And there's like this too. I mean, look at this. Okay, you got this stick on the ground right here, and it's anchoring this bend right there. And this bend is also going over that little branch hanging out right there. You got that one right here, anchored by this. Okay. It kind of opens up back here a little bit. So this would provide pretty good cover for something that wants to be back here. A lot of water. A lot of water over here. Let me get over there. There's even more back here. Places with water are a pretty safe bet for Sasquatches to be. Nice, pretty little stream right here. This is really cool. Get over here. I see more bends and everything. Let me walk over to this spot real quick. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I walked over this way. Now there's a little standing pool of water right here. And it looks pretty deep. It looks like this stays probably year-round. A little natural pond right here. So, go around here and see what I can find over this way. I mean, for a long time, guys, I've been trying to figure out and distinguish what they do to mark water sources. And I honestly haven't been able to really find anything specific that they use to do it. That doesn't mean they don't do it, and it doesn't mean there isn't something that I've missed. But I just can't seem to distinguish what it might be. There's some really deep little pools in this little creek right here. And this is a good water source. It's just crystal clear. Sinking in the ground. See, I don't see much back this way as far as structures and stuff go. But go over here. See what I can find over this way. There's water just running all through here. It's a really cool little area. Look at this. There's a big bunch of sticks piled up right there. Like something could go right up underneath that. Although the leaves don't look too compressed, so I don't know. I don't know about that. But anyway, I'm gonna hike around for a second and see what else I can find. Looks like some bins over here actually. Check this out and see what's. See if I can find something over here. Look at those. I mean, that tree very well could have fallen on those though and created that. I'm not going to speculate too much on that. If it wasn't such a huge tree, I might wonder about it, but it's not anchored down on the top of the bins. And you can see where it has weighed those trees down. It could have fallen and done that. I see an X. No, I don't know if that's meant to be an X or what. It might just be two trees that fell opposing directions. That's hard to say. Huh. This is interesting though. This is really interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Alright, we've got this oak right here. That's a hardwood tree, so it doesn't bend super easy. And it is bent way up too. That's pretty high. That's like at least 10 feet up. And we've got right here, it's anchored underneath this one that has been hit through all these right here, those bigger ones. What's really interesting though, okay, this is what makes me think that something did this. Okay, it's anchored and bent underneath that one, and right here you can see where it is caught on this other one, making it like bend kind of upside down. Let that car pass by. So now I'm wondering if they didn't do that, because you don't see things like that How would that have happened if something didn't put it there like that? I mean, that's just very, very unlikely, in my opinion. It's really interesting right there. And that is a big tree bend. And it's anchored right there, pinned by these two pines that are kind of crossing. If you look at it from a distance, it looks just like an X, so I don't know. It's hard to say. It's getting a little warm out here too. It's about 71 degrees today in February. Welcome to winter in Alabama. Last night it was like 35 degrees. Or no, the night before I meant. Last night it was about 45. And today it's in the 70s. I'm not complaining. Okay, let's look at this. This is interesting though. This is the other side of that one that I thought the tree might have caused them to bend. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm not so sure. Because I see a lot more to it now. Go around this way. And I can clearly see where things walk back through here. Okay, so we've got this tree bent in two places. This branch is bent down right there, anchored by this. This branch, or this, yeah, that's a branch, is anchored underneath that right there. So we got this tree bent right here, anchored underneath that one, in between those two. I don't know about that. I mean, this could be like the framework for one of their shelters or something like that. It would not surprise me. Okay, let me see what's back here. It looks like I'm seeing some more stuff. Another bend right there. I don't think they did that. It's just anchored underneath that. I don't know. That's hard to say. I'm following a path right now though, and I'm sure you guys can probably see it. And it's interesting because it's near all this stuff, all these bends and stuff like that. These woods go back a long, long, long way. And I've already walked further back than I probably should, because I'm not familiar with anything about this place, who might own it or whatever, but I'm here. There's a bend right there. Bunch of stuff here. There's a fence. See if I can get past it. Yeah, it's open right here. Let's see what's over here. There's a lot of bent trees right here. And all that. So what's back here? I see a path right here. Got something leaning up down there. I don't know where in the world or how that would have fallen there. I don't know where it would have come from, because don't see how it would have gotten there. All that, it would have had to go through all that stuff to get there. I don't know. I bet something put that there. Let's see about this. Over here we got more bins. Another stick propped up there. Bins over this way. Got a big tree bend over there. Really, really big one. Wow. Okay. Got those two bent right there. It's being anchored by that piece of wood down there. A lot of bends right here. Look at that. This is another one of those full circle, almost full circle bends. Okay, it starts right here, goes up all the way around. It goes down on the ground like that. Now, I don't think that snow or anything like that would cause that to happen. Because that's just, I mean, that's like something had to take it and anchor it on the ground like that. And I don't know, it's just weird. A bunch of broken sticks right there that are curved, bent around right there. So I don't know about this. Look at all this. It's a big open area. Got a bend right here, anchored by all of these sticks right here. There's bends over there all over the place. All these busted up logs and trees and stuff over here. Saw something back there, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to try to go back this way just a little bit. This video is turning out to be pretty long, but a lot to see. There's the creek right there. There's like a tree line right here. It looks like there's something beyond it, like a big shelter or something, and I want to go see this before I leave this area. Wow, that is a deep little pool right there. I bet that would come up my waist, most likely. Oh yeah, there's stuff back here. Okay. Clear this stream somewhere. It's like a more narrow area. Alright guys, I'll just shake you up a little bit. Okay. planning on going a mile back here, but there's some neat stuff right here. If I were a Squatch, this is where I'd be staying. Look at all this. I don't know if anything uses this though, because it's just I don't really see anything or see where it looks like anything's been laying or anything like that. There's more of it over here though. There's just so much stuff right here. Tree bins. I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know. See a lot of bins back there too. Get back this way. I know my battery's getting low, so looks like something's been around here though. I can see where something's been laying right over there. And you got stuff stuck through the fork of that. I've seen these before. This is some kind of something that they do right here. I know this, okay. It's broken right there straight across. Okay, it's going in between those two, and it's just kind of stuck down right there. I don't know why they do that, but I've seen that several times. I hear something. Okay. Let's go over here. That had to have fallen on that and bent that through. That's a big tree. Extremely thick tree. Let's go back here and see what's up. A lot of trees down. Wow. I bet if I kept going, I'd find something for sure. There's a lake right over there, too. I don't know if you guys can see it too well, but right there. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I've gone way further than I thought I would, and it's the problem when you keep finding things, you tend to follow them. Okay. I mean, I'm still seeing stuff that I want to go check out over here. Big tree bend right there. On back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's pretty bright today. I just stubbed the crap out of my toe. It's not gonna be a comfortable walk back. Take a look around for a second. I notice a trail that I'm walking on right now. There's a stick leaned up right there. And this is a path, I mean a clear pathway right there. I don't know. Oh shit. I just saw one move. I just saw one. There's a head right over there. It was right over there. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh man. I wish I could run through here. My God, there's a lot of briars. Okay. Okay, come on. Get over here. That was a head, there's no question. No doubt in my mind. There's not an animal. It was not an animal. It was not one at all. Oh shit. It was over here. Okay, it was over here somewhere. Man, where did it go? Where did it go? It was over